How are you today?
I am okay. How is everybody out there in Rockland County land?
Doing all right. We're doing all right. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Another week in captivity. But we did have some riveting reporting Friday and over the weekend. You probably know that we reported that the Palisades Center has defaulted on its loan.
Ouch! I did not see that. No. Oh my goodness.
You should take a look. We did two stories. One we posted on Friday and the other one on Saturday, Sunday. Every day is the same, as we all know. I think the other one was on Saturday.
Right.
Essentially, the Palisades Center could go into foreclosure by midsummer if Pyramid does not either pay up its loans or find a buyer. We have an inside source at J.P. Morgan, which is one of the loan holders. Apparently the AMC movie theaters.
They're filing for bankruptcy. It looks like, yeah.
They're filing for bankruptcy, and this is probably not the case of tenants at the mall have not paid for this past month and so suddenly, they're in default. I assume this is probably more of a long-time thing coming. From what I've learned from actually two sources, there are a lot of buyers who are chomping at the bit, but the loan amount is $338 million, and the amount that's being bid is maybe 30 to 40% of that by some major mall players, REITs and developers around the country. One early bidder apparently is 555. That's the entity that owns the American
Dream, right?
Dream in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I published what their bid is. I think I wasn't allowed to publish the amount, but suffice to say, it's really just a fraction of what the loan amount was. Something that we reported that's kind of interesting was that the loan originated in April 2016, so that's 4 years ago, and right now it has a principal balance of over $400 million, with only a 5-year term maturing in 2021, and it's an interest-only loan with a 4.19% interest rate. So I guess what does all this mean? So many possibilities here. Could Pyramid try to work out this issue with Wells Fargo, which is now the special servicer servicing the loan? That remains to be seen. If it doesn't, will there be a change of hands? And if so, who eats the rest of the loan? I guess the answer is the bank, and how many debtors will not be paid. If the mall is in fact snapped up by a 555, for example, what I was told is that the interest for 555 is to keep the mall. Well, the word they used was to weaponize it, and what he meant was to make sure that whatever the Palisades Mall is or remains or becomes, it is not in competition with American Dream. And why that's interesting is because as we've been talking for more than a year now, the whole idea of what could potentially save the mall was a shift toward entertainment. And that's part of what the whole fight is about over the unused fourth floor that Clarkstown has been unwilling to hold a referendum over. And so if 555 were to buy the mall, would it make sure that it does not compete with the American Dream Mall? That's one theory that I've heard. I've also heard that there's another New York City entity that is eyeing the mall also, and is apparently the highest bidder right now. At this point, I can't reveal who that is, but the point is that in what appears to be a very quick turnaround, there are buyers, knocking at the door here and actually making bids, concrete bids to buy the Palisades Mall. I think, some people, will the mall completely go away? I doubt it. Will it be reimagined in some way or shape or form? Maybe.
What is the New York City potential prospective buyer? What do they specialize in? What's their stock and trade?
They are a huge New York City real estate family that does luxury properties. Oh. So I'm not sure what their interest is here either. One interesting thing about this potential foreclosure is these do not include the two anchors, the Macy's or the Lord and Taylor. Those loans are held by a different entity. So this only includes the 1.9 million square feet of the 2.2 million square feet of the mall. So that's.
By the way, and you quickly, because we have a short time this morning at Crossroads coming up, and I got a bunch of spots. But you refer to them repeatedly as Pyramid. That went away a long time ago. Aren't they known as a Cleco, or at least they were?
But its Pyramid Management Company still manages them all. So I'm just using Pyramid because it's a name that people who are listening probably know and recognize.
Well, not that it matters. It's just I wonder what happened to Pyramid, and then I hear their name again.
No, they still exist. Pyramid Managed Group still manages the malls. But
do they still have the other ones like up in Syracuse and so?
They do, and I guess the question is, how deep are their pockets? Are there malls elsewhere? Can they carry this potential bankruptcy, or is this going to end up in foreclosure? The thing that I found so surprising, with this J.P. Morgan source, was seemingly how quickly the bank wants to have the mall go into foreclosure. So it almost seemed like they are really either interested in forcing a sale or creating a squeeze play where Pyramid is to understand that there are buyers around the bend, and to force them somehow to come up with capital or something. But I guess we just didn't expect to hear a story like this. We know that retail's in trouble. We know that the mall is struggling. We know that this pandemic is going to have so much collateral damage. I was just surprised that this started to happen so quickly, which seems to indicate that they've been in trouble longer than just the 5 or 6 weeks that we've all been on lockdown.
This is in your publication right now, right?
Yes, check it out. We wrote 2 stories. We wrote an initial story about this, and then we wrote a follow-up story that filled in a lot of interesting details. This is going to become probably the most important Rockland County story moving forward this year.
No doubt. Now, to access all the information, all you have to do is go to your website, which is Rockland RCBiz BIZ Journal. RCBizJournal.com. Yeah, this is it. This is something I didn't want to hear, but
no, it's really big news.
I wonder if it was precipitated by this whole thing of having to. I doubt it. There's probably a foregone conclusion even before the Corona thing. Wouldn't you think?
I think it was in. I think that I think that what we're seeing in our society at large is everything that had fissures and cracks is coming apart right now. But for us in Rockland, this mall cannot. It can't die, it would be catastrophic. And the thing is that if one of these buyers does snap up the mall for a juicy price, then the mall will probably continue. But the question, but the real pain is the tax certiorari, a tax appeal at some point. If the mall is snapped up for 30 to 40% of its so-called value. So we will keep reporting on this because this is, like I said, this is going to be the biggest story in Rockland moving forward.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Tina, thank you very much. Tina Traster of the Rockland County Business Journal. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a great week, you guys.
Thanks, Tina.